A new season of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, is out. And as the epic drama impresses viewers, WION's Shomini Sen caught up with the series' actors, director and showrunner for a candid chat. From how the idea came about to the pressure of being associated with a legacy franchise, the team talks about it all. Take a look.
Just portray a character as truthfully as possible. There is a level of trauma that your body does naturally feel. I think that's an actual thing.
That 5-minute prologue would make an amazing 50-hour TV show.
You make your film for a big scale, you'd pay attention to every detail, and then if people choose to see it on the mobile, it will work there too.
Acting in something is lovely because you just get to show up and do what you're there to do, which is portray a character as truthfully as possible, and then leave the semantics to kind of the other powers that be. But I think that I try not to think about the outside noise and external pressure. It's more just the pressure that I put myself to do as best job as I can do and really do the character justice. That's the focus.
We want to work hard, and no matter what the franchise is and no matter what the project is, we're going to give our absolute all. And I think that in that case, the pressure doesn't matter because we are going to give 100%, and we want to give whoever the audience is the absolute best of us.
However, what works is, at least works for me, is that I'm a fan myself. So I come with that embedded pressure, and I also wanted, a lot of us are fans of the franchise. So we're operating also as fans, so that we're putting all of our energy, all of our artistry, all our love to make something that would make us proud as well. So that kind of took care of itself in that sense. You do have to make an exercise to voices down, do your thing, be authentic, and just handle what you can handle, which is what you do. Because otherwise it would swallow. It's huge. It's just huge. It's one of the biggest things in the history of things. So it's like, you can feel it.
There's a lot of laughs on set. We do have a very good time. Lots of games being played in the cast tent when the setups are, But also what's lovely is that the crews that we have the fortune of working with are so wonderful too. And the atmosphere that they bring to the set really allows for comfort and a very open and safe space. And if anything, they are the people, for me anyway, that sort of help bring me out. And I also enjoy leaving my work on the set and the scenes that I do, and then I actually prefer to just completely go back to Megan in between takes, or just so I can rest, have a little break. But also it's really interesting. I think there's something, especially when you do those sort of more intense scenes, there is a level of trauma that your body does naturally feel. I think that's an actual thing. And so, for example, in the second episode, in the sandstorm, whenever I watch it, I've watched it a few times now, my body has a reaction to, my breathing gets really fast and my heart pounds. And I think that's because my body can remember feeling and experiencing that whole thing. So it's quite interesting. I don't think it ever fully leaves you. There's always a bit of you that goes into the character and a bit of the character sometimes that comes out, but you don't take it home and become a nightmare to everybody. Of course not. Of course not. That's our profession, and we make sure that we don't do that and stuff. And that's why we have everybody there, good crew, directors, everything. It's a really good environment, for you to lose yourself and then come out of.
Yeah, I feel like for me, there's this threshold, like when I'm getting in the car to go to the set, I'm already thinking about the day, I'm thinking about Midiel, I'm sort of in my thoughts. And then when I get back home, it's sort of, I'm back to myself, but I'm always still in my mind, really turning things over, and it's a very internal thing for me, just a state of mind, if you will. But I think I like to have separation because, as Tristan said, it's like there are other people in our lives and we don't want to drive them too crazy. We already drive them a little crazy, but...
the short version is that Amazon bought the rights to this massive amount of Tolkien history, to like over 9,000 years of history, if you count everything that's in the books they got the rights to. And then they went out to Hollywood and asked for people to offer up their ideas of how to do it. And really, we could have gone anywhere. Some people were pitching the Young Aragorn show, or the Gimli spin-off, or sort of whatever. And Patrick and I thought, well, if you want it to feel like Tolkien, it needs to feel like an epic that encompasses an entire age to a certain extent, and that encompasses the fate of Middle Earth and all these different groups, where it's elves and dwarves and halflings and humans and ents and wizards, and as we looked around at what sort of part of the map felt sort of ripe for exploration, we thought of the beginning of the Jackson films, where Cate Blanchett comes on and says, "It began with the forging of the great rings, and 3 were made for the elves, and 7 for the dwarves, and 9 for men who above all desire power. But they were all deceived because 1 ring was forged in the fires of Mount Doom by the Dark Lord Sauron." Anyway, thought of this a couple times. So we were like, that 5-minute prologue, we could make an amazing 50-hour TV show.
You make your film for a big scale, you pay attention to every detail, and then if people choose to see it on the mobile, it will work there too. The other way wouldn't work, if I make it for the mobile and then show it on the big screen. Absolutely. I prefer them to see on the big screen. In my mind, you miss details on the mobile.
I was in India 2 years ago for the season 1 press run, and it was mind-blowing to see that kind of support, just the sheer beauty of the country, like just the people and the hospitality. It was honestly just such a great experience. I need to get back there.
Oh, I love it. Last one, was it Padmavati that I was watching? I was watching that recently. I love Bollywood as well, so when I do long-haul flights, I try to watch at least one. I absolutely love it. I just worked with Priyanka Chopra as well, and that was fantastic. And I love A.R. Rahman, and I there's a lot. I'm so excited, and I every time that I do like a live and I get a bunch of like Indian followers, I'm so excited. Like, thank you for being in my life. I'm super appreciative of your culture and like the support, and the fans are just so diehard and so passionate. So we really appreciate you all, really.